Hi everyone, Gina with Belly Beads Paper Jewelry here today to bring you some information. It's not so much a tutorial other than information on how do I get my beads so round. It's made out of paper, of course, and I know a lot of you have asked me this question numerous times, and I thought that it'd be best to just bring you a whole set of different types of paper and the weights of it, because that does dictate the way your bead turns out. So let's get started. So I chose a few pieces of paper that would allow you to get an idea. A lot of the papers that you buy in the different local craft stores, it does not list the weight, and I know that is a problem. So I decided to ensure that when I did find a craft paper paper pad that had a weight on it, I would always take one out of it so then I can compare it to other papers and see the weight of it and the feel of it. It is all about the feel though as well, because there are some pads out there that do not have the weight on it, as I mentioned. Alright, so let's start with the 24-pound paper weight. This is a 24-pound paper weight, okay? And where I got this set was at the local supply store, Staples, and this is all different colors, bright colors, and this actually does tell you the weight of the paper on it, so that's a good thing. So what I did was, when I noticed that I found the weight, I marked it. This is a 24-pound paper. Then there was another piece of paper. Actually, this is copy paper that you use. It's just colors. It comes in all different colors, just like the other one. I got this at the local Staples. This is a 20-pound paper. You can certainly feel the difference between the both. So as you continue rolling your beads and creating your jewelry, you're going to notice the different weights, and all you're going to have to do is feel it and touch it, and you're going to know. Then we have, this is the this is a cardstock, and this is 65-pound, and this definitely gives you the larger bead, not so many pieces of paper rolled with it, and this will definitely give you the larger bead. Then we have, this is a really neat, this didn't come in a pad, this came loose at Hobby Lobby, and this is the 36-pound paper. And how I found all this out was I actually researched. On the back of the paper, it gives you the name of the company. So I contacted them and I got a lot of information. So I thought I'd make a nice binder of all different types of paper, so I knew what type of bead that would be a result of some of these papers. I do have some of the beads that I made out of this paper. And this is actually the cones. This came out really nice. These are the cones. Let me see if I can have you take a look at it. And you could see the little notes, because this is musical notes. They're on there, a little speckled. But when I roll my bead, I roll it very tight. And not too tight, but tight enough. And they come out really nice. So let's see. The next paper I have here came out of this book. And this was at the local AC Moore. This paper in here, I know that is a 24-pound paper. And how I knew that was because I went back and I knew that my copy paper that I purchased at Staples was the same. It was the exact same weight of it. Then I contacted that company and I asked them exactly what type of weight do you have in this paper. So that's pretty much, I hope this is helpful to you. I do want to show you, though, out of this paper, the thinner the paper, the rounder the bead. Okay, so you're not going to get a real round bead out of a really piece of thick paper. But this paper in particular, I made these beads out of. It's like a bright neon yellow. So they came out pretty round. You could tell that they're round because they're rolling all around. Okay, so that is the 24-pound paper. Then I have these, oops, they're all rolling around now. These are pretty round. See? And this is a 24-pound paper. Like I mentioned, the thinner the paper, the lightest weight will give you the roundest bead. And I also have, this is a 30-pound paper. This is a barrel shape. Okay, and here's some more round beads that I have. Now remember, also, the pattern can throw you off. At one point in time, I had the exact amount of weight paper, and I put them both together, and one didn't look round as the other, and I thought maybe it was the way I rolled it. No. So don't get deceived by the pattern. The pattern can certainly throw you off, because this one looks as round as can be, and it is. But then I look at this one, even though it's round, I could still kind of see the ridges and the pattern, and it doesn't look so round to me. I'm a fanatic about having my beads perfectly round. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to show you how I roll my beads. Maybe that'll be helpful. I know a lot of you have asked me that question. So I have these papers here, and again, I cut my papers. I don't do it manually because I need a lot of it, because I also make a lot of jewelry and I sell it, so I need my production to be very high. So I cut my my strips out of my automatic Cricut cutter, which is phenomenal. Okay, so here we go. This is one of my pieces. These are for the round ones. The tip of this is 1/4, and the bottom of it is 1/8. Okay, and then it is 11.5 inches long, 29 millimeters long. I know that a lot of you have been asking me to convert them into millimeters. And then the second strip, remember, your second strip has to be the exact same width of your first strip, okay? So let's get started. Always condition your paper, which means running it through your fingers. Get your paper roller, slide it in. Now, I'm one for always rushing things, and I knew I had to take my time when I want a perfect bead. So this is how I roll my beads. And if you notice, I don't know if you can see that, I am rolling it as tightly as I can. Don't roll too tight, because then you'll rip your paper. But the more you pull a little tension onto that, you're going to see your bead's going to be really round. Then I flip it. I go a little quicker like this. Make sure that all the sides are pushed in. I grab my glue stick, and then I just glue that part on, making sure that the sides are in. Then I get my second strip, put a little glue at that tip, and find the end of it, match it up. Hold your finger there just for a moment, and then start to roll it. Remember, I think the slower you go, you're being very careful, it's going to be really round. Get some glue on this, and there we go. That is a round, very round bead. I don't know if you can see that. Very round. I love them round like that. Now, this is the trick to keep them from pulling them apart, because I mean the glue is great, but when you start glazing, what I have found, that the strips start to tear just a little bit and start wanting to come off. But what I do is I usually run it right through that glue stick, twirl it through, and with my fingers, and I know this is messy, run it through. It acts as a protectant and helps mold it. Okay, remember, don't pull. You're going to push your bead off. Then after that, get the end of your roller or anything that is wooden and push into, see if you can see this, push into the tip of it. Okay, and that's going to help you keep those sides from looking like it's they're pulling apart. I usually also just bang a little bit into it, but you want to press those two together. When you glaze them, they'll come out perfect. Now, I do have some that are glazed. Actually, no, I don't. I apologize. That I don't have it in this size, but this is the way it looks like when it's glazed. Okay, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave a comment. You can email me, find me on Facebook, and if you like this tutorial, just give me a thumbs up and subscribe and share, and see you soon. Thank you.